Hey everybody, this is Mr. Rocco. I hope you're doing well. This is a quick tutorial on how to rearrange your assignment, your first assignment for Soundtrap, which is rearranging tracks. Okay, so you're going to be rearranging the track on the right so it looks like the one on the left and sounds like the one on the left. You can hear this assignment and see the visual of what this assignment looks like, the end product of it, on our Dropbox page. There is a Google slide that will show you a visual and audio clip of what the final product should look like. All right, but here it is right now for your listening pleasure. I'm just talking over it, but that's okay. You can check it out on your own time. So as this is playing out, I'm going to look at my project file. This is what you should have open on the right side. And what you should have done is click File, open up the assignment link, and then Save As, and you're going to save it as your own copy. All right, so this is the equivalent to making a copy for a Google Doc or something. All right, so we have to press Save As. There's no Make a Copy option. So once you do this, put your name in, and it should go into your own Soundtrap account. Okay. And so the first thing that we're going to do, hopefully you've had a chance to experiment with our digital audio workspace Soundtrap, is we're going to rearrange our tracks. So the tracks are these different instruments that we have here. As you can see, we have different colored audio files and MIDI files here. If you don't know what that is, that's absolutely fine. But what we need to know is that there are 5 tracks here that have different sounds on them, and we're going to rearrange them so that they look like the one on the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have it in numerical order. This is very simple to do. All we have to do is click and drag and rearrange accordingly. And there we go. Now, as we can see, we're not there yet as far as the tracks looking alike. Okay. Now, if you are a creative person, don't worry, we will be getting to some more creative assignments, but just so we know the ins and outs of Soundtrap, we're going to be copying this image, this audio image on the left side to a T. All right. So you can show me your stuff. So we have our tracks rearranged. Next thing we want to do is make sure that our sound files line up to the measure that they're supposed to come in on. As you can see, this little purple line shows us what's happening at different points in our piece of music. So we have to make sure that the audio files line up accordingly. As we can see up here on our timeline, we have different numbers. These are the different measures in our piece. So let's go look at our first track. We need our first track to play on beat 13. So I'm just going to click and drag it. Now, obviously, our sound doesn't go from track beat 9 to 13. But if I use the magnifying glass here, I can zoom in and see more beats. Because my screen's smaller, it's kind of just saving space. All right. So I've done what I'm supposed to do. Click and drag my first track onto beat 13. So if I press play, I'm not going to hear it until beat 13. So we don't have to worry about that yet. But if you want to hear it on its own, you can click and drag your timeline over here. Press the solo button, which looks like a pair of headphones. You can hear the track on its own. All right. That's not what we're here for. We're just quickly rearranging this. So next thing we want to do is get our second track here, and we want to bring it to bar 9. Boom, click and drag it, very simple. Now we have 3 connected audio files here. All right, these are called MIDI files. So what I'm going to do is, as you can see, when you hover over a track, there are different things that you can do. One of them is you can adjust the ends. So I can make this longer or shorter if I want to, but I can also loop this file. so that the sound repeats as the song goes on. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to loop it 3 times, and there we go. So this is starting to look a lot more like what we want. All right, same thing with track 3. We only have 2 loops, so I just want to make one extra one. So I'm going to click and drag the top right side, bring it over, and we're done there. Same thing with track 4. We don't have to move it around. It is starting on beat 1, so we don't want to move this. We just want to loop it. There we go, and we're looping it 1, 2, 3, 4 times, and we're done. We're almost there. Track 5 has to be moved to bar 5 or beat 5, whatever you want to call it. So I'm going to click on it. I'm going to drag it over. Now make sure when you click and drag, you're not dragging the bottom, or else you're going to readjust the audio file or the MIDI file. All right, we want to click the whole thing, drag it over. Now, if you run into a problem, say you clicked on the wrong thing, you can always press the undo button, which is up here. I believe there's a shortcut too. Maybe it's Control Z. I can't remember off the top of my head. But we want to drag it over to beat 5. And there we go. We're all set up. If I play this, we should have the song that we're supposed to make. There it goes. It sounds like it's at the right tempo. If I want to mess around with the tempo, the beats per minute, we can see it down here. It's 100 beats per minute. If I make this 120, you'll notice that it's going to go faster. If I bring it down to 80, you can make it go slower. But we have successfully recreated this track for track, beat for beat. It's beautiful. Good job. If you're watching this, I hope you had a fun time rearranging these tracks, and there are more creative assignments to come, so don't you worry. Have a good one. Take care.